Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices, and you can sign up for product alerts. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to be dealing with all sorts of different metals like silver and gold, but it's going to be in a trick-taking card game which has lots of little twists. Let's check it out and I'll see you on the other side. Aurum is a trick-taking game for 3 to 4 players, and the suits are different metals. Like we have silver, we have gold, which are essentially trumps in this game. We have zinc, we have phosphorus, and different types of metals are the suits. Now the 3-player game is individual, the 4-player game is a partnership game. So in the 3-player game, what happens is everyone's going to get all the cards are dealt out, there's a certain suit removed and such, but everyone's going to look at their cards. Everyone starts with a 0 gold face up in front of them. This is sort of a trump. Any trump cards in this game are placed in front of you so everyone can see what you've got. Now from all the other cards in here that are secret, everyone's going to simultaneously place a card face down, and when they're ready they put it up. This is your bid. You're bidding that you're going to win 3 tricks this round. Scoring is really easy. If you go above your bid, like if you take 4 or more tricks, you still get this 3 points. If you make your bid exactly, which is this, 3 exactly, you double it, so you'd get 6. If you get less than this, you get 0 points from those. The game has lots of twists. The first one is you can't follow suit. I think I've only played one game that was like this called Potato Man. So let's say the first player led, they led with this. The next player cannot play this color. They play this. The next player cannot play either of these 2 colors. They play this. The leader, the one who has the highest number, regardless of this metal, of the normal metal types, would win the trick. They would take this. However, whoever played the smallest number, and again, it was a 2. So they would take, if available, a 2 card from this whole gold stack that is set up at the beginning of the game. This is a trump card. This will go face up in front of them so everyone can see it. And again, the leader will take all the cards from the trick and they will sort of stack them so they can see how many tricks they've taken. So if that was us, everyone can see that we have the 0 and the 2 of trump, and we have 3 tricks that we want. So in other hand, we led with this, and again, this is the difference, is whoever played the smallest card is the one that leads, not the one who won the trick. So we played that smallest card, we got the gold card from the supply, we play this, next player plays this, can't match suit, can't match suit. This player, we're gonna win the trick, this player played the smallest, so they're gonna get the 4 metal card if there is one and put it in front of them. So the one who got the lowest one is gonna lead. Now let's say it looks like this after that. That player led with the best card, 9. This player could not follow suit. Gold. Gold is trump. You can play it any time. You can follow any suit, and you can even follow another gold card if a gold card was played. This is trump. So even though this is a 9, this is the one that wins it. So this player, us, would take the trick, and this player 4, who has the smallest, would then, if there was a 4 card of gold available, they would take it. If there's multiple cards of the same sort of suit, or the winner, whoever played it last would get it. Now here's another twist. Let's say I've already won my 3 tricks and we're like barely halfway through the round. Well, what you could do is on your turn, one of the things you do before anybody throws a card in the trick, you can decide to change your bid. You can spend any gold card, you just spend it back to the gold supply, and you can swap any card from your hand like this. So this 3 is now in my hand, and now I'm going for 5 tricks. So really interesting. Anyone or as many players before any trick is started can do that, and that's really interesting. Another interesting twist is how the round ends. Let's say this player played the 3 green, the 3 silver here, and it was our turn to play. If we cannot follow, if we can't play a card, meaning if all we had left was silver and or green, we can't play. So we would show everyone our hands and say, we can't play, the round ends immediately. This gets discarded, nobody wins that trick. However, I might still have a gold card in front of me. I can decide to play this or not. So if I need another trick, I could play this trumpet and win it. If this is in front of me and I've already made my bid and I'm good and other people didn't, I could screw them along, assuming I could not play a card here, again, meaning all I had was green and or silver, it could end. So you got a little bit of a push your luck towards the end of trying to figure out when to change your bid or not, depending on, because you don't know when the rounds might end abruptly. Now, when the round ends, now again, if you made your bid exactly, you double this. If you had more than this, you just get the 5, and if you have less than 5, you get 0. But then all the gold cards that you have in front of you that you did not spend to win tricks or to change bids are going to be worth the amount of points. You see the two suns here. It's also shown here. This is worth 2 points, 2 points, 3 points. So I would add that to whatever we got possibly have bids, and that's the end of the round. In a 3-player game, you play 3 rounds. Everyone leads the first trick once. Whoever has the most points at the end of the 3-player game wins. Now, in a 4-player game, it works very similarly in most ways, except you're on partners and teams, and all the cards are added, so you have another suit in there, and the 10s are added of each number. Those are taken up a 3-player game. And now what happens is, like, this player's partnered with this player's partnered with this player. At the beginning of the hand, players will, one at a time with the lead person, play a card face up. This is their bid. This is their bid. Then this player can see what their partner bid, and they'll bid. This player then can see what their partner bid, and they bid. The higher of the two is their bid. These people both bid 3. 3 is their bid. 5 and 4 are, we're going with 5. Now, during the hand, you can still spend a gold before any card is taken to transfer a card from your hand, but you can change your own bid or your partner's, keeping in mind that right now, if this was us, we're bidding 5. Well, maybe we really think, you know what, we're doing really terrible here. Let's get this 5 out of here and go like that. So now only a 2 or 4 is showing, and it's always the highest still. So 4 is now our bid. We dropped it down a little bit. Then you play the same way, except you're only going to play 2 out of 3 hands. Whoever wins, you don't worry about the scoring. Whoever wins gets one of these nuggets. Whatever team wins 2 rounds first wins. You can also play a variant where you add up all the points and see who wins totally at the end. All right, now before I get to my final thoughts, I want to let you know that if you like my content, there's now ways to get bonus content like first impression videos well before a review will come out, or for many games I don't even end up reviewing. You can even vote for which games get reviewed on the channel. You can also see me opening up packages and getting content earlier than everyone else. And now you can see what you're missing with a free 7-day trial at patreon.com/GameBoyGeek. All right, what did I like about Aurum? First of all, lots of little twists that come together well. I mean, you read the rulebook for this and you're like, wow, there are like 5 or 6 things that are completely the opposite of most trick-taking games. Is this going to be too much and just feel like a hodgepodge of differences? No, all the twists actually come together quite nice to give you a very different way of playing trick-taking that's really engaging, I think. Like, for example, okay, you can't follow suit. That was, as I mentioned in the overview, I played something like that similar in a game called Potato Man, which was a Spiel des Jahres recommended game that year that came out. But that game had a weird feeling where like the game kind of played itself a little bit. This is very different from that. Just the way this is implemented. Not following suit, at least twice per game, someone is going to throw a card that's the same suit right after the first card's thrown. It's just going to happen because that's what you've been trained to do for years and years and years. But you can't follow suit, and that works really well actually because again, it just makes you think differently. You can like change how long the hand is by purposely short suiting yourself to the point where you're trying to make it so you can't play and optionally ending the round. So there's a lot of layers of depth here with just these little interesting twists. Like that, the unpredictable hand length is very interesting here. Another trick-taking game that came out last year, which was hugely popular, Cat in the Box, Deluxe Edition from Bezier Games, also had an unpredictable hand length. Because somebody could cause a paradox, the trick ends, no one scores that trick, and then it's just boom, it ends. Very unpredictable. Here it's the same thing, where it's like, you're not sure what cards people have, you're not sure what suits they have, but you realize that as people get less and less cards, they're probably less apt to be able to play, especially as it gets to like the 3rd player in the hand or the 4th player in the hand, for example. And so you've got to know that, and pressing your luck and changing your bid and knowing when to change your bid, getting the feeling of when things might end. And again, you being the one to decide, well, I could end this now, but I don't have my bid yet. I can't play anything, but I have this gold card. I want the points, but I want to get my bid. I'll do this and change my bid, or I'll do this and win the trick. Very interesting little twists here that all hook together really nicely. The highest of any suit trick wins, so it doesn't matter because you're not following suit. So it's just like the highest of any suits. But then the lowest gain the trump card if it's available. And then they lead. So again, usually the person that wins the trick takes the trick and leads. Here, the person that wins the trick takes the trick. The person that's played the lowest card leads, but also gets to possibly get a trump card of that. It's really interesting. The trump and lead, it just changes things a lot. I love that the trump cards can be used in 3 ways. You can use it to win a trick. You can use it to change your bid, and if you keep it, you use it as scoring at the end. It's really brilliant. It works really well, very streamlined. I like that there's a relatively forgiving scoring for the bids. My favorite trick-taking game, Skull King, is absolutely unforgiving. If you don't make your bid exactly, you're basically getting minus points. I mean, I've seen people end that game with minus points and someone win with like 350. Like wide swingy, super hard. Here it's like, okay, I bid 3 tricks, I took 5. I still get 3 points. Right? I bid 3 tricks, I took 2 or 1 or 0. I got 0 points for that. But you could still score with the gold cards, right? And so it's really interesting. So I like that it's a little forgiving there. Now, the biggest problem with this game, I think, markability-wise, is its limited player count. Essentially, if you don't like partnership games, this is a 3-player game. That's it, 1 player count at all. It's very good at 3, but that's all you got, right? If you're a partnership fan, great. There's a 4-player partnership game. I really wish they would have figured out a way. They probably would have had to add suits and stuff to the game, which would have made it more expensive than they wanted. I wish there was a way to play the game 4 players without partnerships, 5 players without partnerships, and a 6-player partnership. So a 4 and 6-player partnerships, and then up to 5 players without partnerships. Again, it would have been a little hard because the way the game works and you don't follow suit, you can't follow suit, and then the game ends if you can't play. I know that would probably complicate things a lot. They probably would have had to put a bunch more suits in there, more cards. I think the game would have so much more marketability for that because, again, if you don't like partnerships, 1 player count. If you're mainly going to play with partnerships, 1 player count. It's limited. That's going to hurt this game for sure, I think. But with that being said, if you're playing a 3-player trick-taking game, this is going to be one of the first ones I pull off the shelf. It's really good. It's excellent. So that's what I think about Aurum. This has been the Game Boy Geek, breaking down barriers, growing relationships with board games by helping you find the next one you'll love. Game Toppers not only transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution, but they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with over 20 styles of thematic game mats in 11 different sizes from notable board game artists like Vincent Dutray, collapsible cup holders, and real cool accessories, experience what thousands of other gamers enjoy by upgrading every game you play with a Game Topper system. Save hundreds of dollars on Game Topper package deals that are in stock now for immediate shipping at GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below.